Where the spiritual practices and values are nurtured, and they send you for the classes. They get they come here and then they send you the classes and giving you the opportunity to learn this. So you are fortunate in that way. Not every kids have the opportunity to go and learn the spiritual questions.
That's right. And you know, guys, there's people amongst, prominent religious priests, temple owners, everything. I know this personally. Parents are very religious, but kids, they're not into it. We're happy to see you guys here, and what would make us more happy is I'm not here yelling something that I'm not doing. If you can follow what we're doing and what we're preaching, that's what would make us even more happy. Understood? Any problems with anything I've said so far? Anything seem out of hand, impossible to do? No? Good. So we saw this. Priya even gets a flour and milk in the morning, right? So, and this.
Well, I have a question. What do you do with the milk after?
We're supposed to drink it. Drink it. Mix it with everything else, and then offer it to God. See, he's so humble in the fact that he's not going to eat this. You take it back and you drink it yourself. Right?
So you keep it for the whole day?
No, you don't keep it for a whole day. You keep it for like a few minutes, few hours, whatever it is.
So how do you have like the food and the milk together?
Because the milk will be mixed for tea later on. We still have it there. Usually it gets milk, because one is for the picture, right? If I take the milk out and say, oh, by the way, guys, I also put milk there, anyone going to believe me? I wouldn't believe myself if somebody said that. So one is for the picture, but what we should do is drink that milk afterwards. Mix it with your tea, mix it with your Ovaltine, Milo, whatever you guys are drinking.
Anything you offer to the God, you can use it. Everything you can enjoy, but offer to the God, or at least say thank you to the God. Otherwise, we are stealing. We are sinners. We are doing sin.
This came up right by Valentine's Day, right? And going to the high school kids, I'm not sure how many roses been exchanged, right? I'm not going to point any fingers and ask you, but just by the smirks and smiles on your face, I can tell what's been happening. Which is, I'm not saying that's bad, but see, give at least one flower to the God, right? And then take that flower, give it to anybody you want. Give it to your friend, give it to your parents, right? But first, make sure that flower goes to God first.
God is your Valentine.
God is always your first Valentine, guys. God is always the center of your life. Everything else comes afterwards. If you follow that, you would be a very happy individual. Importance of duties. So how we learned about the importance of duties? I just talked about this within 10 minutes. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, the importance of duty is if you don't actually do your duties, you'll actually become physically irregular.
Okay, so that's one element of it.
You actually support God when you support others and help each other.
Exactly. Help yourself, help others, and do your duties. That's what your parents are, bringing you up to. Your parents have provided everything for you. Don't cheat them. Don't cheat anybody, and just do your duties. And it's as simple as that, right? There's no commandments we're giving out. Just say, do your duties. Very simple. Chapter 3 is all about doing your duties. How should one perform their duties? Okay, help their parents. So we've already done that, and I was thinking about make sure when you do your duties, you're offering everything to the Lord. Say, Lord, this is a house you've blessed me with. I'm cleaning this for you, right? So not only are you cleaning the house, but you're doing service to God. You see how this is working? This is like a little cheating trick that we can do. We say when you're watering your plant, say, God, you're in this plant. I'm watering the plant. So not only are you watering the plant, but you're doing abhishekam to the plant. You see, abhishekam to God, because God is in that plant. See this in the rationale? Capitalize on it. Mark, like, one thing you can do, you get 2-3 benefits for it. So keep that in mind. Do everything towards God, and you guys are, like he said, he wants liberation. He can easily get liberation. Yes, sir?
It'll only take effect if you think like that, right?
You have to think like that, that's right. So you have to learn to think like that.
You can do the same thing, only for do it yourself, like watering the plant, or I love this plant, I want this flower, you water it, that's it for you. If you think, okay, this plant is also a soul, a living being, so it shouldn't be suffering from lack of water, or it shouldn't be suffering for lack of nutrient, you are taking care of it, you are doing service to another living being, like the second way. But if you think in the plant, the Lord is there, so I am really doing abhishekam for him, you are doing service for three, 3 in 1. You want the 1, or 2 in 1, or 3 in 1 is your choice.
Right? And the action is still the same, it's just how you're thinking about it. Good? So just keep God in the center of everything. Now we're still looking at chapter 3, text 20. Anyone want to read this for me? So let's get some new hands. Yes, please. Go ahead.
Even kings like Lambotharan and others attained the professional stage by performance of prescribed duties. Therefore, just for the sake of educating the people in general, you should form your work.
Right, so you just ask for liberation, you attain the perfectional stage just by performing your duty, guys. We're not, even before, we start digging into devotional service, your daily prayers, once you're doing your duties as your students, so make sure you're studying, you're helping your parents, you're coming to class and doing what's assigned in class. If you've been selected for a presentation, come to class that week and be prepared that week. That's it. You can be just like that king there from Ramayana and you can get liberation. How hard is that? Does that sound hard? It sounds very easy.
You don't need to give up anything. He was a king. He's a ruler. He is a giving king or emperor. But still he is able to attain liberation, not by giving up everything, going to the forest. No. Wherever you are, you enjoy your world. You do a duty at the same time, enjoy your world, and you can still reach liberation.
Yes, sir.
Is father of Sita.
We discussed this too. I know you were in that class.
That's why here one of the names for Sita is Janaki. Janaka's daughter is Janaki.
Questions so far? So, okay, I'm just doing a recap. I don't think I need to do a recap of a recap. That kind of inserts. So that was basically the end of chapter 3, doing your duties. Right? You guys saw it. Basically, the whole chapter is just reinforcing, do your duties. I picked up a few slides and gave it to you very short. Now we're looking about Jnana Yoga. Chapter 4, transcendental knowledge, about how this knowledge is going to help you. Receivership. Why does Krishna choose Arjuna? No, I didn't choose you guys. I'm still looking for a new face. Can I choose you? Okay, he didn't want to fight, but what characteristics did Krishna have that everybody else, that Krishna chose Arjuna over when there were so many hundreds of thousands of warriors there? We already mentioned this in the beginning of class. What was Krishna to Arjuna? Other than a relative, he was...
I'll pick random names.
Okay, guys, stop.
Okay, Baba Priyan. Part of your test. That's Baba Priyan.
You're Baba Priyan? Let's go.
What happened?
No, I'm just asking, why did Krishna choose Arjuna? Do you remember? I started off this class today. Well, today's class, when we started off, Krishna, I'll give you the first answer. There was 3 answers. Arjuna was a relative of Krishna, right? What else was the other 2? He was also a friend. And what else was he to Krishna? Arjuna was Krishna's God. What was Arjuna to God? A devotee, right? You're God. You see that picture of Krishna? If that's God, you are his devotee. You're a follower of Krishna. Okay. So, this very ancient science. This science, guys, this is not a theory. This is not history, whatever. This is science. This ancient science with the relationship with the Supreme is today. At that particular day, is told by me to you, because you are my devotee as well as my friend, and therefore you can understand the transcendental mystery of the science. So to learn this, if you want liberation, after you're doing your duties, full 100%, you're doing your duties. What else can you do? Is you have to be a friend, a devotee of God. That way, this is done. He'll give you this knowledge, right?
What's the difference between a friend and a devotee?
Is he a friend?
Yeah.
So you guys are friends, right? Would he be your devotee or are you his devotee? You could be devoted to your friend, but you can't be a devotee of your friend.
Yeah, but when you're with God or something, how do you be a devotee of God?
Being a devotee of God. That's a very good question. That's something we should have addressed a long time ago. But devotee of God is you believe.
Wait. Let's ask people. Anushin, are you here? Anushin. He's sick. Is Philip here? Is Taruni Swanandan here? Is Mary Kannadasan family? Okay. Mary Kannadasan? Sarati Kannadasan? Okay.
She was fine.
Yes. Who's answering?
Tanojan?
Sure.
Are you just doing attendance or are you picking on?
No, I'm just picking people and seeing if they're here at the same time.
You missed someone.
So that's Saiji then.
He's here.
Who?
That's the guy at the back. He's a new.
What's your name?
He's a new kid. Let's pick on a new kid, eh?
Yeah.
I think that new kid seems familiar. He looks awfully a lot like your brother, won't you say?
I don't know where.
You don't know. You know, with this light in my eye, I can barely see, but I think he looks a lot like your brother.
Maybe an experiment.
An experiment like a clone of your brother, or like an alien in your brother's form, or maybe Krishna himself taking the form.
Is Sahan here? Is Sahan? Okay, you want to answer? Is Viveka here? Are you going to answer?
You just asked him and then skipped there.
You got to give me the answer right away. Let's go. No? Okay, answer the question.
Okay, to be a devotee of God, very good question again. 100% you have to believe in God. And now, I'm not saying just because, we're talking about Krishna here, Krishna is not the only option you have. We are a religion where you can choose any God you want, but trust him or her, trust them to guide you, offer your food to him or her, offer your services to them, go to temple, worship them at the temple, do your pujas. We all learn pujas here, right? Or most of us, the older kids, we learn puja here. Do your pujas at home. Do jabas. We'll go into that later on as well. We'll teach you how you can start chanting the name of God. And just, be devoted to him. Come to class. That's a very good start. Be a devotee of God, come to class. Anything else I think I've missed? Yes, sir.
No question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You know at the temples, right? Like the statues?
Yes.
Like if you see them, like some of them are really big and some of them are small. So does that mean like you have to like pray to the big one? Is it?
No. That's just in the shape of whoever the sculptor is. Don't look at, when I see this picture of Krishna in the background, I don't see it as a picture. You treat it as the God itself. When you go into a temple, right down there, and you see a statue of the goddess right here, right? Or think of that statue as the goddess being there. Because that's how they do the pujas. Right? They're saying, oh Lord, you're here in this form. Please accept everything we're doing the puja to her, right? When you see that goddess, don't even think about it being an idol or statue. Think of it as being the representation of the Supreme God. Worship that God as the God himself or herself.
We don't, one of the accusations for us is we worship the idols, statues, some people say even dolls, made out of stone, metal, wood. All these stones, metal, wood are destroyable things. So is it the same thing for our God? What do you think? So, what we do is, we use the idol or the picture as a medium. So what we do is, we are not idol worshippers. We are the first thing of puja. Who came for the puja workshop? Yes. First thing what you do in the puja?
Light the lamp.
Light the lamp, then?
You say that.
Yeah, then what is it?
You offer.
No, you're right. The God, the cosmic God.
Asmin binbe Sri Devam Avahayami. What is Avahayami means?
To be in that place.
Yeah, please come and reside in this statue, in this idol, in this picture for me to do the puja. So God is almighty. Okay?